What's poppin'? It's J to the A, D to the A. Welcome to my little corner of heaven. How y'all doing today? Today we are going into a dream story time, and it is very interesting. And I'm like, okay. So I just woke up, by the way. So if my voice get a little scratchy, I'm so sorry. Like, it was 86 degrees yesterday, and I definitely went to sleep with my fan like pointing to my face. But anywho, let's get into it. All right, so I don't remember all of the visuals clearly, but I was in a house. We just finna jump right into it. I was gonna put like a disclaimer, but we just gonna jump right into it and it's gonna come later. So, I was in a house and it was very 70s ish, like, kind of like 70s mod. It was like a dated 70s mod house. And I love the house. Like, I just like, aesthetics and architecture. I like art. I just like a lot of visual things that's visually appealing, high vibrationally. So I was in this house and then this man was there. And I don't know if it was his house. I ain't never been to his house, but this man I had met 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago in North Carolina at a Botanica. And it's the Botanica Baron del Cementerio. And I said Baron like Baron because he speaks Spanish. So you can say Baron, 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 like a lot of people say it in different ways. So it was that man from the Botanica that I went to, and he helped me at the Botanica. So I made a story time about this Botanica visit. It was cool. Like, it was cool. I'm gonna link it below if y'all want to see it. But he was very accepting and very warming, and he gave me a lot of guidance. And he even and I know it took me a long time to start practicing my Spanish, but he basically tested my Spanish, and I was like, I don't know what they say. And he was like, oh, you need to fix that. Like, it wasn't like he rejected me for it or nothing. It's kind of like he knew with I stutter. It's kind of like he knew me or my destiny without knowing me, because he didn't say, or like push me away. He just said, oh, you have to fix that, And I can't really explain his looks, but he is a fairer skinned Spanish speaking person, and he's older, straight hair, very tall man. I actually want to call the Botanica whenever it opens, because I actually want to tell him that I had a dream about him. And it took me a while to remember what his Botanica looked like. And when I Googled it again, it hit me. Maximón is one of his spirits, as well as many other spirits, because he invited me into his back room. But he has a La Madama statue, and beside it is his I'm gonna say Ximón, period. And the reason why I'm saying Ximón is because I accidentally said that to my friend, explaining some shit to her. And I have no interest. I had no interest in Simón. I just heard of Simón from someone else, like on YouTube. But I feel like certain things are brought to me because they be like indigenous and they be having to slip under, like, how can I say this? They be having to slip under different forms, but it's my destiny to uncover a certain form or a certain truth about certain energies. So I'm gonna continue. The guy from the Botanica, he came and he started talking to me about Simón, and he was saying Simón, and he was telling me, you're meant to work with Simón. You should work with Simón. And I kept getting distracted because the house was so pretty. And I feel like that represents me maybe getting distracted in real life, or warning me not to get distracted in real life, because he kept bringing the attention back onto him talking about Simón. So I'm looking around at this 70s mod house like, ooh, Cause y'all, I love that 70s mod. I love a lot of different things, but 70s mod is so pretty. Like it was like a lot of curve to the house and olives and just stripes and circles. It was just nice, bro. And he had to he kept turning it was a box TV and everything, y'all. He kept turning my attention back to Simón. So I had got distracted again, and he was like, pick that up. And I went and I picked up this book, and it had Simón on it, but it was like the newer image of him. Like he was definitely fair skinned and not old. He was definitely fair skinned and not old, but it was him with the hat and the facial hair and the brows, the black facial hair and stuff like that. And he continued to tell me, you're meant to work with Simón. You're meant to work with Simón. He was not calling him Maximón. He was calling him Simón. So that's why I'm forever going to refer to him as Simón because of my dream. So, he had shown me some altars on the floor, and it was a Mayan pyramid. Like, I don't know if y'all know, I'm gonna insert a picture of like traditional paper mache. I can't think of the name right now, the Spanish word for it, but it's like a traditional paper mache sculpting Mexican art. The Mayan pyramid on the floor, like where the altar was like that. And it was a very, very, very colorful. And there was another altar beside it that looked more white. But I'm not sure if they was together or different. But they looked like they was just two altar pieces. And it was kind of the same altar, right? So off the bat, Simón is an indigenous Mayan spirit because of the Mayan pyramid. And I'm gonna get into more. Okay, they want me to get into it now. So I was watching a YouTuber's video just for fun because I subscribed to them, and they were talking about how Simón and Santa Muerte weren't supposed to be beside each other. And it's not like I don't think it was like they didn't like each other way. I feel like certain things are meant to be, and I feel like Santa Muerte is. And like just because everybody speaks Spanish or a certain area is a certain area don't mean they subscribe to the same thing or the same roots or the same culture, right? So I feel like Santa Muerte is more of a Aztec energy, and Simón subscribes to Mayan culture, and there's similarities but there's also differences. That stuck out to me in a dream. And yes, Mayan pyramids and Aztec pyramids are similar, but they're not the same. Aztec pyramids usually had more than one temple at the top, but I know this was a Mayan pyramid just because Simón is a Mayan spirit, and based on another Simón perspective, that they couldn't put Santa Muerte and Simón beside each other. So we're also going to get into this, the same, and this no disrespect to them. I don't want this to come off away if anybody listening to this. This is just me. This is how I found out about him, and I didn't think, oh, I want to work with that spirit. I just was looking at videos. I was bored. I was probably painting or something, and just was listening to some random shit. This person also shared a story time about Simón dealing with Papa Leba, and it's interesting because the only space I have left is beside Papa Leba. I didn't agree with the delivery though. Like I was kind of confused a bit on a certain part, but there's no disrespect, but that's just how I feel. But what was I finna say? That's the only spot that I have left. So I was like, okay, so this person experienced that Legba in a Simón dream for some reason. For some reason, and now I'm having this dream. So, okay, after that, he continued to give me a warning. Now, he didn't say it like, make sure you don't touch the stove. Like, he delivered it as a key. He delivered it as like he was just delivering information. He basically told me, okay, Simón breaks up relationships. He ends relationships. He ends relationships with humans, and he ends relationships with spirits. Me, I heard that, and this, this is a very dominant big man. Like, the Botanica man, he is a very, he feels friendly, but he's still a dominant big man. So I'm looking up at him in a dream. And when I say dominant big man, I know I'm fat and 5'7", 5'8", but he's a dominant big man. So he's probably way more than me, even though I'm fat and 5'7", 5'8". This is a grown ass man that's probably over 6 feet tall. And not a skinny grown man. He's not fat, but he's got some meat on his bones. Like, he's solid. From when I remember him, he could have changed now. So, what happened? He told me about Simón breaking up and ending relationships with humans and spirits, like he can do it and stuff like that. And of course, me, my Cancer Venus having that. I was like, oh no, I don't want to end any relationship with my spirits. Like, I love them. Like, I love them. No cap. Like, I love my spirits, and certain relationships with humans, like, I don't just want them to end. But I don't think he meant it like that. So I actually wrote down my entire dream, and I wrote down the meaning of relationship and the different points under the meaning of relationship. Cause bro, see, it all forms together, right? So I'm doing altar work yesterday, and I did a road opener, but I moved my road opener in front of my ancestor altar. So maybe this is a dream given to me by my ancestors, because I just moved it down just because. Like, I just moved it down just because, y'all. I moved it down. I just moved it down because I had other stuff to prepare for my altar. And I feel like this came from ancestors. So, relationship. The way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or a state of being connected. The state of being connected by blood or marriage, because you can have a relationship with an ancestor, or like, oh, they have a relationship. Oh, what's the status of your relationship? They're my cousin, or something like that. And then it says the way in which two or more people or groups regard and behave towards each other. So what is their relationship? Are they beefing? Are they acquaintances? Are they strangers? You feel what I'm saying? And then the last one says an emotional and sexual association between two people. So it's giving very much cord cutting energy. Now, there are other entities that cord cut. Of course, there are a lot of different things that some of these spirits can do, the same as other spirits, but it's a lot of things they handle differently, or they have their expertise in, right? A lot of entities are all purpose energies, but y'all know me and my life path. I'm supposed to study and experience, share my experience, learn from my trial and errors, and share and dive through the mysteries of my soul, the cosmos, and my bloodline. That's what I feel like this is. So I say that to say, man, I don't know what to say. I know I'm finna call this man and tell him I had a dream about him, but I'm grateful for the dream, and I'm like, I'm gonna do some cord cutting work, but I'm also finna be open to maybe adding Simón. Should I just get a table? Even though I seen the Mayan pyramid on the floor, like, what should I do? And I'm waiting to also have dreams with other spirits in them. And I had this dream on a Monday, which is Papa Labor Day. So I think that's definitely a sign, bruh. And I used a red candle. Bruh. So the second dream was dealing with like somebody switching energies, like their energies was similar. They was trying to tell me something. And then the third one, was definitely a sign for myself, and like they was just telling me some amazing shit that I needed to hear. And they had brown hands, and I can't remember it vividly, but they had brown hands, like hands browner than mine, and it was wrinkly as fuck. not in a disrespectful way, because clearly they was old. Like they had wrinkly ass, bro. When I tell you, like my grandfather, like my great grandfather is almost 100 years old. He had wrinkly ass hands, bro. The dude in my dream, or the person in my dream, they have wrinkly ass hands, and they had like these square crystals in their hands, and they told me some amazing information, but I couldn't see what they had on. But my spirits was like poncho, 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 and I was like, did they have a poncho on? I can't remember, so I'm just gonna put it in that my spirits, like when I wrote it down, I wrote it down as I just heard poncho, but I don't remember seeing one on them. So yeah, bro. I just called him on the phone, and like I wasn't nervous, but I don't know why I have that feeling like in my face. Maybe it's happiness, I don't know. But I had called him, and I was like, I just had a dream about you. Like he was I had to explain to him who I was, and I think he remembered, which is weird because it's like a year and some change ago. It's weird, and it was a very short conversation. Y'all know me, I like to explain shit, but it was a very short conversation because he said he was busy. But I was like, oh, I had a dream about you. Should I call back? He was like, oh no, tell me. So he told me about it. I mean, what? He told me about it. I told him about it, and he calls son Maximón. He called him Saint Simon. See, that's what I mean. He calls him Saint Simon. But in my dream, he was saying Son Ximón. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty sure my ancestors was operating through him. But it was so cool, and I'm so happy. Like, I'm just so happy, and this is so interesting. Like, it's hella interesting. And he told me to call him back to discuss it more if I want to. And I was like, okay, because he just opened, so of course he's doing shit, you know. He's a spiritual worker. Like, I didn't want to take too much time, but it was a genuine conversation, and he said thank you. He said it was nice to hear from me. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh. I'm happy. Day made. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace, my G.